What's up with y'all? It's your boy DZ. It's been a minute since I've actually recorded and done like a little update of what's going on with me or just what's going on in general. Like I said, most of these videos that I make aren't necessarily for y'all. I ain't gonna lie, they for me, documenting my own process and my own journey to help other people out there that is either starting a journey, going through a segment of it, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully by putting these out there, I'm able to help some people out there, I'm saying, get through some difficulties or go through things that I'm going through. I want to do a little bit of a pause and a check-in, right? More so for myself. We move so fast, bro, in life to where we're just freaking, we're going here, we're going there, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're changing that. Life is changing and implementing new things just into our atmosphere. And with that happening, we lose sense of self a little bit. If y'all don't lose sense of self, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You must be like a superhero. But with everything happening around you and things constantly changing, you lose sense of self trying to keep up with what's going on. And this episode or video, I just want to take some time to sit and figure out where I am and just allow you guys to sit with me and go through this experience as I am, right? Welcome to the channel. It's your boy DZ. This is the Brospective, where I basically talk about living life. I share my journey with you guys in hopes to uplift people, uplift men, uplift women, and just showing you guys through my journey of becoming a man, sharing my experiences, things that I learned, and hopefully that helps you guys become better partners, become better men and women for yourselves first and foremost, and for your partners. So that's pretty much what this podcast is for. So I don't want to bore y'all with the intro, so let's just get into it. So, like I said, I just want to do a little checkup, and I feel like what I have been going through for the past month, right, has been very fast and very transitional. And I knew it was coming, but no matter how much I tried to prepare for this and prepare for change and prepare for things to be different, there's no way in doing that. I feel like that is just a way to try to make ourselves feel comfortable about change, make us feel better about change, make us feel less fearful and scared about change. But me, I like to have control. That's my problem. I like having control over things because it eases the process into change. But if you guys don't know, I know, you can't control anything besides the words that come out your mouth, right? Or the actions that you take regarding the things that you experience. So, with what's been going on, I end up getting a job promotion, right? And with this job promotion, already brought excitement and fear at the same time. If you guys don't know, excitement and fear is the same chemical in your body. It's the same hormone that goes on within your body. Fear and excitement. The reason why I have those feelings is because I had got comfortable, right? In my own routine, right? I was doing things the way I wanted to do. I started getting a grasp on my own routine, grasp on this new version that I'm putting together of myself. You know what I'm saying? Working on my discipline and working on content creation and branching and coming out of my shell and making this first podcast video that I made for you guys and being consistent with streaming and being consistent with going to the gym and trying to focus on being more family orientated and living in the now. All these things I've been working on. I've been cutting out distractions. I've been cutting out things that I feel like don't serve me or harm me or I feel like I'm reliant on and takes my focus away from things that matter, which is progression and growth right now is where I'm at. And so I started to get in the groove of this, right? I came up with a schedule and everything. I'm making videos, I'm branching out, I'm streaming constantly, I'm going to the gym constantly. Of course, there's hiccups, I have issues just like everybody else, but for the most part, I'm staying consistent and I'm cutting out all of these distractions. Now, as soon as I get this promotion, fear and excitement strikes my nervous system. And what I've been noticing is when my nervous system gets striked and I know big change is coming, I try to control every aspect of my life to ease myself into change. For me, I'm trying to tell myself, well, I need to make sure my relationships are intact with the people that I've met and the people I've been working with, my friendships, because now I started focusing on more having a social life and hanging out with my friends and communicating that I need friends around and communicating that hey, my time is sacred and I need to spend it with people who make me feel like I'm valued and appreciated. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things are happening to me, and now I need to secure this. So I need to try to control what's going on. I found myself trying to control my friendships innately by saying little subtle things that can come off as manipulation and probably in a form of manipulation, right? Just saying certain things. Oh, I know you're not gonna want to hang out with me, or just stupid things like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Anyways, so I found myself trying to control my friendships because that was something I was scared to lose. Like I said, fear, right? At the same time, I'm excited because new opportunities are coming. I'm getting a promotion, right? I'm going up the ladder. And for just some insight, you guys, I am a automation technician. I've been an automation technician for about 9, 10 years, since about 18, 19 years old. And I just got a promotion into automation engineering slash controls. If you guys know, I don't want to get into all the details. This is a big promotion for me. And there's significance behind this, and I am going to explain that in a later episode. I'm really excited about it, right? Because that means more learning, more training, more knowledge. I'm about to be well rounded, more money, right? All of these things are great, right? And I'm grateful for them. But when with this new opportunity, also begot a death of an era, right? That means a death of where I used to work and relationships I used to have with certain people. A lot of things are going to become compromised or just in the air. Me personally, I don't like that. So I need to grab the things that I care about and try to hold on to them. This is the problem, right? And that was my problem, or the problem that I feel like I'm experiencing. I also want to control my relationships, right? Because of uncertainty of work schedules, things like this. I am already stressed about these things. So I don't necessarily want to stress in my relationships. So now I'm being more strict and more, I found myself being more strict and more sensitive of things that go on in my relationships. Let's just say I'm starting to nitpick by seeing little things around the house that I don't like, right? That's dirty. This isn't moved. That's not in the right order. This needs to be like this. And I'm nitpicking because of it. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm trying to control my relationships as well by trying to make sure that they're on point without verbalizing that I am nervous and that I am scared and I am going through a transition and I need a little bit of extra care. I need a little bit of extra patience, things like that. And that's something that men need to learn, bro. That's something that we need to learn as men or women. If you don't express your emotion correctly, this is something that we need to grasp, right? When we are going through these weird shifts, we need to take the time. And this is what I'm doing right now. Take the time to evaluate our thinking patterns, right? What we're doing, what energy we're producing, and what we're trying to manipulate around us. Once you take in that evaluation, you need to express what's going on with you to the people around you so you can have them support you the way that you need. A lot of the times we don't think about that though. You feel me? And it's crazy but we just don't. I'm trying to control my relationships instead of sit there and trying to verbalize the way I feel. I did get to the point where I did that. Let me clear the air. So I did get to the point where I did that. So I got relationships I'm trying to control, both intimate and both friendships. Then I also have life, right? My lively schedule that I just put in all of this work for, going to the gym consistently, creating content, recording videos, trying to do this reviews, right? I don't know if you guys know, but I've branched out a lot. I've been doing streaming reviews. I've been doing this podcast. I'm saying I'm still streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and all of that. So I'm still streaming. I'm still doing all of these things, but I started to develop a little system that got me more comfortable. And I just added more on top because I started to get in a groove. So now a lot of these things in my mind feel compromised, right? Once they rolled out my schedule, everything went to shit for me, right? My new schedule is Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30, the most corporate schedule there is, which is the most annoying schedule there is, right? 5 days, you got to go to work for 5 days, and you're pretty much there a majority of the day. You get out, you can only stay up for a certain amount of hours before you have to go to sleep to do it again, right? And yes, you can have drive, you can stay up late, whatever. But if you want to do all of that, that's totally up to you. But in my case, in my role, I also have to take a test at the end of July or August. So that means that studying is implemented also into my everyday life, right? So now I have to study to try to take a test so I can get this promotion into this new AE role. I have new things that need to be added, right? Relationships, intimate friendships, compromised, right? Then I have to add studying, paying attention, learning new information, retaining information, and scheduling time to pretty much do all of these things. On top of being a father, being in a relationship, right? Or being in my relationship, and just being a man in general, taking care of my responsibilities, right? All the things that I'm supposed to do. You guys are starting to see the picture of what's happening now. Overload is what's happening. This is when you are stuck in the center of things and everything starts to surround you. You're trying to gain control of everything and figure out different routes and routes to all of these things. But there's so much that you just start to shut down, right? This is what I'm trying to avoid. Even though it's starting to peak, it's what I'm trying to avoid. And that is why I am taking the time right now to do what I am doing. And this, I hope, is advice to you guys, right? We cannot let change dictate, right? And take over our lives, right? There are things that we cannot control. We cannot control change, right? Change is inevitable, it's going to happen. What we can do, though, is take control of what we can. And that is what I'm doing. Taking a step back, stepping out of my situation. And I am going to look at all of my aspects and everything that's going on. And I'm going to recenter myself by comforting myself and telling myself, this is not what I like, but this must be what is needed right now, right? There has to be some goods that is coming out of this. Either I'm being tested right now and to utilize all the skills that I've pretty much developed over this comfort period. And now it's time to execute, right? Use my skills, use the things that I've learned. And in order to do that, I have to sit back and I have to organize myself. So I comfort myself by telling myself, this is not what I want, but it is okay because we are going to sit back and delegate everything the way we want it to be delegated, right? So that consists of rescheduling. First of all, taking time, right? You got to step out, take time. You got to pause, take time for yourself, right? Take your deep breath, relax a little bit, write out your feelings, acknowledge them, right? Pray a little bit, talk to God, right? Ask Him to give you the strength, give you the mental clarity, give you the emotional clarity, right? This is what we're doing. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to start strategizing. Just because it's changed doesn't mean we stay the same. We change with change. We are adaptable, right? So that's what we do. We reschedule right? We reschedule content time. We reschedule family time. We reschedule study time. And this, look how simple it's getting. You get what I'm saying? So in doing that, you take back control over yourself, right? Instead of allowing everything that's going on to start taking control of you, you start to take some of that control back, right? And that's basically what we're doing. That's what I'm trying to do right now.